Hello everyone, and welcome to this short video to take a deeper look at the extract, transfer, and load for the ETL Studio of IoT 83's application enablement platform. I'm Lee House, the CEO of IoT 83, and with me is Jayant Puri, our VP of Engineering. We'll kick this off with a high-level diagram of our application enablement platform. Here you see the main workflows that the platform provides. Working together, the connection manager, ETL Studio, code engine components, Insight Studio, Dashboard Studio, and more dramatically cut the cost, risk, and time to market to build powerful IoT solutions. But today, we're going to take a deeper look at the ETL Studio capabilities. The ETL Studio gives you the full power of Apache Spark, but provides you with a very intuitive user interface. With the ETL Studio, you can create data collections in any of the multiple databases we support and normalize, transform, or enhance that data. The ETL Studio lets you do simple operations like just ingesting incoming IoT data, or to perform more complex operations using the library of Apache Spark functions, or even using user-defined functions. Any data connection can be a source or a sink in these operations, and the real power of this is when the ETL Studio is used in conjunction with the downstream IoT AEP workflows, such as the code engine functions, where you can easily create powerful and extensive custom application logic. From a workflow perspective, the ETL Studio would be between the connection manager and the code engine, or AI ML Insight Studio. So let's take a tour. Jayant, can you give everyone a demonstration of how this works?
So hello everyone, this is Jayant, and I would like to cover in detail what Lee just talked about the ETL, the extract, transform, and load. So generally, it is a feeling that writing ETL is a very complex process. People generally believe that it's very cumbersome to write ETLs and understand the intricacies of distributed computing. We have tried to make it simple to a level that Flex83 provides a UX, a very decent UX that helps any developer or a non-developer to create pipelines, data pipelines in a very seamless and an easy fashion. Before taking a dive into the ETL, we would like to have some information about connectors. Okay, I'm doing this again. Before taking a deep dive in ETL, I believe people have watched the connectors video, which is available on the website. If you have not watched, please take a look at the connectors video. Talking about the ETL pipeline here, the first thing that comes to mind is what exactly ETL does. So ETL, as the name suggests, is needed when you want to extract data, transform it, massage it, and dump it to a database, existing database or data lakes. Now we have made it simple in a sense that we give a UI which is really simple, and all you need to do is just click your way through and build the ETL pipeline. On the screen you can see we have various examples of the ETL pipelines, whether they are stream ETLs or batch ETLs. Writing them is really simple. Also, you get an interface where you can view the performance of the ETLs, the data that has been processed by the ETL in the last 30 minutes, 1 hour, and so. And not only this, you can also take actions like stopping an ETL, restarting an ETL, cleaning checkpoints, and the likes. For this demonstration, I would like to take a deep dive into one of the ETLs that we already have. I've just stopped it, and now I'm going to take a deeper look here. So here, if you see, what we have done is we have picked up a connector, which is a source connector, and that is MQTT for this demo. We have picked a device type, which again, details of the device type section is covered in the different video section of Flex83. When we pick up a device type, we are asked next to pick up a topic. A topic is nothing but a address on which the data is being reported. The moment this selection is made, on the right hand side, you will see the list of attributes in a JSON format, which is nothing but a schema. You move to the next part, which is the definition, and here is the secret sauce that we have. All the attributes that you see here are nothing, but you can simply treat them as select statements like you would be writing a SQL statement. So it is as simple as saying select star from so and so. Now here, what you need to do is you don't need to write any select statement. All you need to do is you just pick up the attributes that you are interested in and build your own pipeline. To add to the to add to it make to add sorry okay going again. To make it more easier, what we have done is we have given you a field called add timestamp, and the moment you do that, basically it adds the timestamp, the current timestamp in the data packet. Now, as you know, in telemetry, timestamp is a very important field, so this comes in real handy. At every place or every step in the pipeline, we provide different options like, autofilling of the data, debug, resetting it back to the original state. They really come very handy when it comes to debugging the ETLs that you have wrote. The best part is the sync point. Now, having done all the processing, when you think that, okay, it's time to dump the data to a existing database or any third-party data lake, it is really simple and it happens in a matter of clicks. Now, since we have opened the ETL in an edit mode, we are not able to show you the edit portion that I will just cover shortly. But just to give you a glimpse, if you see here, the sync that has been picked up is a stream, and the user has modified this data or selected this data and is again pushing it to an active MQ channel. Now, exactly what has been done here is the data has been picked up from MQTT and has been pushed to active MQ. So in a way, you pick up from a source, push it to a sync, and that's how we make it so easy. Otherwise, if you were doing this in a traditional fashion, you would have to write lots of code, and your developers will have to set up lots of schemas and connectivity and internal wiring and everything to just achieve this much. Now this, we have just picked a very basic use case. Consider this where you would have to do hops by picking up data from maybe a MQTT, putting it on a Kafka bus. Now again picking that data from a Kafka bus, again transforming it, putting it into another queuing system, then finally taking out data from that and putting it to a database. So all that pipeline creation is made really simple using the Flex83 ETL manager. Now for those of you who are new to this, again, as I iterated, I would urge you to cover the connectors and the other videos that are available so that understanding this piece is really a cakewalk. Now, just to create this demonstration, what I'll do is I'll just do some dummy name here. I'll say demo ETL, and let me pick up something called as the HVAC device. Okay, so there you go. The moment I picked that, the schema was already there. And in addition to it, not only you get the schema, but all the Spark functions are readily available. So any function that you want to apply, basically you want to transform that data, is readily available, which can be used off the shelf. Now step 1 is done. We move to step 2 and we just click this autofill the definition. Now think of it, how simple it is to just click a button and you get all the fields selected. Whereas if you were to, so just a rough estimation, if this piece of the puzzle were to be written as a code, it would be no less than 200 lines of code. So that is the ease that the system brings. The last is the sync point. Now, if you see in the previous screen, we were in the edit mode, but now here we are in the new mode. So if you see this, we have plenty of options here, from right from streams to SQL databases to NoSQL databases, and then finally third-party managed services. So for every sync point that you choose, we have a dedicated way of putting or passing the data to that layer. So if you take an example of cloud storage and you want to push data to a bucket, this is how you do it. You select the region, you select the bucket, the base path, finally you create a directory, and then you can specify which format you want to dump the data in. You can even go on and select the partition keys. So partition keys are nothing but the keys by which the data would be partitioned when it is saved on the disks. Now let's suppose we want to put it in a SQL database. Now again, when you put a SQL database, we have these options, and these are not just all. We are constantly adding more and more options as we continue to make Flex more and more powerful for you guys. So this was about MySQL. Taking an example of another database that we have, timescale, again, it's really simple. You validate the definition and finally you just specify the name of the tables and it's done. We pick up an example of third-party NoSQL databases. I'm sorry. There are multiple options that are available. So any application that you write generally needs either a NoSQL database or a SQL database. Now we have provided a host of different varieties. You can pick Cassandra for your purpose. You can go on to pick MongoDB, Elastic, Aerospike, and whatnot. So all these flexibilities of choosing the database gives you more and more power when you are building your applications from scratch. Now, this was about the databases. What if you want to push data to a third-party service like Amazon Kinesis or Snowflake or Redshift or any of these? So all these integrations are already done, and you need not write a single line of code when you're trying to put or get your data from one source and push it to another sink. The good thing about is we do not restrict whether the database should be ours or it should be or the need is to be hosted by you. Whether the database sits with us or whether the database sits with you, all you need is a connection to the database, and rest the system will take care. So I hope looking at this detailed video, you'd find it really interesting and you'd like to try out Flex83 so that you can experience the power and the ease that it brings while writing ETLs. So far, before the video, the topic that used to appear a mammoth and a challenging topic for most of the people, I hope by watching this video, I would not use the word fear, but anyways, I mean the hesitation of writing ETLs would have been mitigated, at least to a certain extent. With that, I would like to hand over back to Lee.
Jan, as usual, that was great. And I hope you all enjoyed this overview and see the power and differentiation of the IoT 83 application enablement platform, and particularly the ETL Studio. We hope that you'll contact us and let us give you a firsthand demonstration, and let us work with you to help you deliver your own custom IoT solution and your own business advantage, leveraging the IoT 83 application enablement platform.